Welcome back. Today I got a different kind of video. I'm going to do a comparison. I have 4 surfskate truck systems. I have the Carver C5, the Carver CX, the Yamaraki, and the eBay knockoff Yamarakis, the $49 ones that I've been making videos on. We're going to put them through the paces today. We're going to do pumping and carving from a standstill. We'll do some transition riding fakie, and maybe dropping in, just whatever. I'm just going to compare them and see which one is overall kind of the best. You know, they're all going to have their different uses. It's going to be up to you, whatever kind of riding you do. If you're a park rider, or if you're just doing straight surfskate training, if you just like cruising your trails by your house. So let's get into it. Alright, we'll start off with the C5 trucks on my Andy Anderson deck, and we'll just do a little, you know, trying to start from wiggling. Yeah, kind of uphill. Done it pretty good. I think the width of this Andy Anderson deck really helps with the wiggliness of these trucks. Let's try the CX. Next, let's try the Carver CX trucks on my homemade deck. Just pumping. Now the Yamaraki. Alright, the eBay Meraki knockoffs on the homemade deck. These are cool. Alright, well, as far as ease of pumping goes, they all were pretty good. The C5 is much better on this wide Andy Anderson deck than it was on the one it came with. CX is good. The Yao is the best. And then the Yamaraki knockoffs from eBay, they're squirrely. They will get going pretty easy. Like I said before, my 10-year-old son loves riding that one because you can just do the foot wiggle on that one and take off. Let's get into another test. Alright, we're going to do a little transition riding in the bowl. We're going to start with the C5. Alright, here comes the CX. Should be interesting. Hope I don't need shit. That's a little squirrely on the CX. I'm not nearly as confident on this one. It's gonna be interesting on the yell. Oh, here comes the yowl. Next to the veil. Well, the yaw was much better than I thought it was going to be in that little. I've never ridden in this. It's such a tight little turn in here, transition. The yaw actually is pretty fun. I'm going to do it one more time. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do the eBay one or not. It seems like a broken elbow waiting to happen or something. I'll try it one more time, Chris. I think on the eBay truck, on this eBay truck, I'm going to start from flat down here, see how it goes, and then maybe I'll go up and roll in. That sucker's squirrely. Son of a bitch. It's a squirrel, dude. So the transitions in the order I liked them was the C5, then the Yow, then the CX, and last was that squirrely ass eBay trucks. I mean, those aren't for me, those aren't for bull riding. Maybe if I rode them all the time and I got real comfortable to how whippy they are, but it's just not worth it when I have the other good ones, you know. All right, so next we're just gonna do a little rolling back and forth and seeing how these things ride fakie on this little bitty bowl with a crop duster flying over. Let's check it out. Now I will say, I have these loose. I should probably, if I'm going to ride backwards, I should probably wrench these down, but that's not how I ride them, so I want it to be accurate. Also, I don't know if you can see, I've reversed this kingpin bolt. There's some good videos. There's one good video on YouTube about a guy that did this, and it really is brilliant because it gives you clearance if you want to hit grinds. Still not a lot of clearance, but it's pretty good. Let's try that again. That's the C5 truck. Let's try the CX trucks. Whoo-wee. Maybe I'll try it on this longer run. Maybe it'll work better there. Nope. One more try. CX trucks are squirrely, shaky. It can be done. The CX trucks, definitely squirrels. Try the Yamaraki's Fakie. These are definitely not designed for that. I'd say Fakie on the Yamaraki's is going to take a lot of practice. I'm not even going to try the eBay trucks. Try one. Gotta try the eBay trucks. Just like I thought they'd be. Squirrel City. All right, eBay trucks are just about as good as the out trucks Fakie. Believe it or not, they might be a little easier than the out trucks Fakie, but they still suck Fakie for me. Now maybe some of these good skaters, just Mark the Landlocked Surfer, he's out there, I'm sure he can ride all these Fakie, but not me. As far as I'm concerned, the C5 trucks are the best Fakie, CX second, Yow. Actually, I'm going to give these eBay trucks better Fakie than the Yows, because for some reason I couldn't do the Yows. And then the Yows Fakie last for me. Alright. I think we'll do a real quick, just carving this corner, just seeing how they bust around the corner. So let's do that one real fast. Carve to the CX truck. Oh, that was a much nicer corner carve. Oh yeah, the CX carved much nicer in the corner. Oh, the Yow's like butter in the corner. Oh yeah, the Yow's a peach in the corner. The eBay truck. eBay trucks are lackluster. So the quick corner test here. The Yow was butter in the corner, man. It just whoosh. And you could carve it hard if you wanted to. The CX was awesome after that. Then the C5, and then dead last again was that eBay truck, because it's kind of garbage. All right, let's move on. All right, next we'll do a little drop-in test on this flat drop. It's not a quarter pipe, because some of these I just don't trust on the quarter pipe. Really, only two I've dropped in on the quarter pipe with are the C5s and the CXs. So let's do a little drop-in try here on this flat. See how that works. All right, we'll go with the C5. Again. Oh, that was not a good one. let's try the CX. First time on this thing. All right. Ever. One that's silly flat. How would you go? Oh, damn. Chickened out there a little bit. I get these trucks on a different deck. Might be easier. Pintail deck. Doesn't lend itself well to this kind of stuff. We'll see. Here comes the eBay trucks. Wish me luck. Ah! Yeah. Might be able to take all these to a little mellow quarter pipe to do this again. Alright, let's give it the rundown. As far as the dropping in on this flat drop goes, I haven't tried the quarter pipe yet. It was the C5, and then oddly enough the Meraki's for me, then the CX, then the wobbly wiggly eBay trucks. Let's see what's next. Alright, people like to carve with these, so we got a tight little square here. It looks like it might be 6 foot by 10 foot, 12 foot. I'm trying to stay inside of it, just see how long I can ride around just inside of it. Start with C5. I already went out kind of. Wheel by C5. Nope. Yeah, the backside turn, keep it real bad. Alright, let's show the CX truck. Staying in line. Oh, I love fire trucks and ambulances. Shelter for that thing. The eBay surfskate. Not bad in this scenario, either just kind of riding around, just because I'm not used to them. Alright, let's try the out. So carving practice, tight carves, slides, bird slides probably. The Yamaraki, hands down. I was riding all these the same way. I might not look like it. I'm very confident on the Yao. I like it. It's my favorite cruising carving board. So it's Yao CX eBay C5 for just carving. Let's get into something else. Alright, I'm just going to jam out some fun in this little brick section and see which one's fun, man. Check it out. Ooh, those bricks are steep. Check it out. Oh! The CX trucks did it. That was fun. Let's try the Yaos. Oh, no way. Dude, the Yaos did it first try. Second try, not so much. Try the C5s again from up here. Barely. The C5s killed it 3 times in a row. Once I finally got some speed. I need some water. Alright, so after all of that, the real question is, what surf skate is best for you? That's really what it comes down to. What do you like to ride? What are you using these boards for? Are you a skateboarder and you're looking to ride park? Are you a surfer and you're looking to train for surfing? Are you just in the middle of the Midwest like me and you wish you could surf, so you're trying to find something with that cool surfy feel? Are you trying to cruise? Do you have walking trails by your house that you want to cruise on your surf skate? These are all questions you have to ask yourself, and then you can pick a truck system. I'm going to start with my favorite trucks here, and it's because it suits the way I ride. We have a lot of skate parks here, and I ride in skate parks with my kids a lot, so I like the Carver C5 trucks. I put them on this Power Peralta deck, and they're great for park. I mean, I flip this Kingpin over, and you can grind with them. I drop into bowls with them. I launch out of bowls on them. I am learning how to ollie on surfskate trucks, and they're my favorite. Rough Rider wheels, Bones Reds bearings, and they cruise. Okay. If you are looking for a just straight flatland cruising, but maybe you can carve in bowls and ride some transitions with it, but you want to do the surf training, you want to get that real surf feeling, then my favorite for that is the Yao Meraki's on this deck. I haven't tried them on a different deck yet because this one looks so damn cool, but man, is it a pain in the butt to ride. The guy from Surfskate Love, before I bought mine, I was watching his, he said, you're going to regret getting this pintail. And I kind of do, but the deck is cool. It's the only one that I haven't taken the trucks off of, and that's because it's so cool. But back to the matter at hand, if you're carving, or even if, like, I ride this on the walking trails by my house, it's fun. You can pump uphill, you can go downhill, you can turn around on a dime on these Yao Meraki trucks. It's great for dodging people on the trail. It's great, feels like you're surfing. Like, I like to ride it and just like even ride up on the little curbs on my street and carve on them. Great board, great truck system, the Yao Meraki. Now, saying all that those two are my favorite, if I could only have one, I would get these Carver CX trucks, only because if you want to, they have a surfy feel. They're not as surfy as the Meraki's, but they do have a surfy feel. You can carve on them. You can carve uphill on them. You can pump uphill on them. You can ride them on your trails. It's a great system. And you can ride it in bowls. You can ride it at the skate park. Now, you're not going to want to grind any coping with it until you figure this out. Maybe you're better at it than me, but every time I try to get up on something, this nut catches and boom, you're down. There's no question about it for me, but I'm not that great at it yet. So if you like parks, I would recommend getting the C5 trucks. The Santa Cruz website has a C5 on the Screaming Ham one. Looks awesome. There's a THURO Good shop. They always have C5s. The only ones I don't have are the Carver C7s, and I guess I should probably just buck up and buy some, because why not? I got everything else. But the CXs, if you're only going to get one truck and you want it to be able to do everything, you want to be able to carve down your street, you want to be able to go out in your driveway and have fun, you want to be able to go to the skate park and ride transitions, go with a CX truck, in my opinion, just because it's fun. Now, you don't have to have these gigantic wheels on here. They're kind of oversized. The guy today told me that my board looked like a monster truck. If you put some Bones Rough Rider wheels on here, which I have, this system is hard to beat. That brings us to the eBay trucks. All right, the eBay trucks are under $50. Yao trucks are around $200. Carver CX trucks are $120. C5s are $110. Okay, just saying that. These are $50. They're knockoff Yaos. They look just like a Yao. They perform like a Yao, only with a weaker spring. I am curious. I'm gonna order some Yao springs and put them in there and see if it makes those perform like a Yao, because currently they don't. They're my least favorite. That being said, they're my 10-year-old son's very favorite. They're super loose. They're super surfy, and they take some getting used to. But man, are they sketchy. You're not riding Fakie on them. You're going to get wheel bite if you're not careful all the time. And, you know, they lock out side to side, clack, 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 clack. So when you start pumping hard, they're not as responsive. The spring, I think the spring is too weak, and they don't snap back like a Yao. If you're trying to start out in surf skating and you go, man, I'm going to buy a pair of $50, sometimes they're $45 on eBay or Amazon even, you can get them now. $45 to $50 trucks, right? And that's great. You still have to have a deck. Now, if you don't have a wide deck, you know, a 10-inch, 9-inch wide deck laying around your house, you're gonna have to buy that deck. It's gonna be between $60 and $100 for a deck, right? In all actuality, like if you want to put it on a Powell deck or an old school Santa Cruz deck, you're looking at 80 bucks. So now you're at $130 for knockoff trucks and a deck without wheels. You can go on Carver's website and in the garage, go to the Carver garage, and they always have blims, like decks where the laminate's not right or the paint's not right. They come with a deck, they come with trucks, they come with bearings, and they come with wheels. And they're around $170, $175, up to $190, depending. And that sounds like a lot, right? But if you buy the $50 trucks, and you've got, say you've got 40, let's go 45. You have $45 in the trucks. You've got $80 in the deck. You're already at $125. Now you've got $40 in wheels, $10 to $20 in bearings. You're at $200. You can buy a Carver complete from the Carver garage for $175. Now, if you've got wheels and bearings and decks laying around your house and you just want to try surf skating, maybe the $50 trucks are for you, but they're not going to give you a true representation like these 3 decks. So, summary, if you're going to skate the skate parks and that's all you're going to do and you don't want to surf train, you don't care about cruising, get the C5s. They're so much fun. Go up, I mean, you can almost do, it's almost like you're doing a kick turn. You can come back down so fast. The yows, surf training, carving and pumping. You can ride transitions. I've ridden them in bowls. You can do it. I'm not going to do any dropping in with the yows personally. I know Mark the Landlocked surfers out there doing it. CX's is an all-around truck, which is what everybody says. And until today, when I compared it to all the other ones, I disagreed. I liked those. But you can drop in with the CX trucks. You can ride bowls. You can ride ramps. You can't grind in this current configuration. And you can pump and carve like nobody's business. These 3 great options. And I'm sure there's other ones out there. This is just what I have. I wouldn't recommend getting the eBay trucks. I did it as an experiment. Unless you already have all of the other stuff to go with them. Because if you start buying stuff to build a deck around these $50 eBay trucks, you're going to end up spending just as much money as you would have buying a Carver complete. Alright, I hope that answered your questions. I hope you can look internally at yourself and say, what kind of skater am I? And use this information. And, you know, don't take my word for it. Watch Mark the Landlocked Surfer. Watch Steve from Surfskate Love. Those guys, way better than me. Way more informational than me. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, check out some of my other videos. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, whatever you got to do. And I hope to see you back again. Thanks.